Tressbuzz here. Thanks for joining me and thanks for visiting tressbuzz.com. I wanted to thank all the ladies that have been emailing me about my Flexi rod set. You guys certainly are patient. I apologize for this taking so long, but I've been really busy. It's basically an easy Flexi rod cheat set that you can use to do something that's really quick, yet it gives you a really classic result. For this set, you're going to need a wide tooth comb. You'll need a little bit of, just a few drops of an oil of your choice. And you're going to need some silk scrunchies, or you can use what I use, which is just a section of microfiber. This is just microfiber socks that you can get at Walgreens, cut into these little sections. And that's what I use. But if you don't have that, you can use silk scrunchies or those little soft terry scrunchies. You want something that's really soft and something that is not cotton. You're also going to need 3 Flexi rods, just 3. This set is really easy and really fast. I tend to work in big sections, so for instance, I'll do something that's 2 sections or 3 large sections, and that'll give me more of the beach wave look that I prefer. I don't really prefer an overall head set, but you can take this set and modify it to do all over the head if you want to do it. But for me, I like things that are quick, easy, and can get you out of the door quickly with a really good, result. Let's get started. The number one thing is you want to make sure your hair is fully detangled. This is just a fresh co-wash that's been air dried. It is fully detangled, but you just want to make sure there's no tangles in the hair at all. Now, once the hair is fully detangled, you're going to go ahead and make a section. So what I do is I do 2 side sections, and then I do 1 big section in the back. So I will just grab a side section like this. I don't make big parts in the hair because then you'll have to deal with those later. So what I do is just take and grab the hair and don't make a part so that I don't have anything to camouflage or zhuzh back together later, or it's much easier than if you do make a really strong part. So you're just going to grab a section, make sure that's totally smooth, and you're going to take a couple of drops of your oil, just 2 to 3 drops, and go ahead and oil that section. Now the reason why I do this at the time that you're doing your set is because if you do this before rolling the hair onto the Flexi rod, you'll get an extremely shiny result. You want to avoid overloading the hair with too much product, however, because then your result won't be as flowy and bouncy as you probably would want it if your hair is just loaded down with a bunch of gunky product. So the only thing I have in here is I moisturized with water today, which I often do. It's just something that I do on a regular basis, just moisturize with plain water and then seal that in with oil. Once you have your section oiled, you're going to take your Flexi rod and put it behind. We're rolling away from the face, so you're going to put the Flexi rod behind, and I do this differently than most people. Once you've got the Flexi rod behind, just go ahead and bend that top down like that, and you're going to begin to wind the hair around the Flexi rod. Just wind it around there. Now, once you get to the end, you're going to take your section of microfiber or your silk scrunchie, and you're going to put it over top of that end and make sure that's secured with your fingers, like that. And then simply tie that down like this. And that just secures your end on there, so you get a really beautiful end with none of that crinkly or that kind of texture that you can sometimes get on a flexi rod. That will be eliminated because this is smoothed down with this tie. Now then we go ahead and make sure that our top is bent over to secure it. And it's that simple, just like that. You don't even need to bend the other end. In fact, if you're going to sleep on this and you don't bend the end, it's much more comfortable. Place the flexi behind. Bend that tip forward. And begin winding away from the face. Secure that with your scrunchie. And make sure that that's bent against the head so that it secures like that. Now we're going to do our big back section. In the back section, we're going to do a little bit differently. We're going to roll over. And secure that down. Once you have these secure, you can go ahead and sleep in this for the night. It's pretty comfortable. It's not the most comfortable, but it's pretty good. If you don't want to sleep in this for the night, you can put this in, and I'm telling you, in 2 hours, you will have a set that you will be amazed by. So if you're going to go out for the night and you want to look super hot, like with a beach wave type look, all you would need to do is put these in. You could either leave them in all day while you did chores, or you could just put them in for the 2 hours that you're going to get ready. 2 to 4 hours works totally fine, and it'll set it up really well. Right now I'm going to leave this in probably 3 to 4 hours, and we'll come back and see how this sets up. Welcome back. It's been a couple of hours and it's time to go ahead and take these down. I just wanted to say that if you did sleep in these, you'd get a much harder set, much more of a coily look. It would not be more of a loose beach wave look that I'm going for today. It would be much more of a hard set if you did go ahead and sleep in these. What we're going to do is just go ahead and remove our scrunchies. Just like that. And then what I like to do is release the top and wind under. Wind it off like that. That way you don't disturb your curl pattern. Now at this point I'll go ahead and take a couple of drops of oil and go ahead and distribute that between your fingers and on your palms. And I just use that to go ahead and break it up. And as you can see, it's a nice flowy wave, a lot of body, a lot of movement without a lot of time spent. Now, if you wanted to make this fancy, say you were going out or something, you could go ahead and do like a gem barrette or a silk or fabric flower. Or you could go ahead and do a half up look or dress it up that way, however you wanted to do it. I also forgot to mention before we started that you would want to go ahead and set your part. Say you wanted a side part versus a middle part, or you wanted an offset part or a diagonal part. You'd go ahead and set your part prior to putting the flexis in so that you get the look you want without having to break up the set. Well, I hope you've enjoyed getting this flexi rod tutorial. I hope you're able to use it either for a quick set or overnight. As I said, overnight you'd get much more of a coiled, really curly look if that's what you're going for. And I hope you're able to join me for future videos. Once again, thanks for joining me, and thanks for visiting tressbuzz.com.